You want to have those opportunities, so you're going to have a business plan that reflects how serious you are about launching that business. Hey, fellow art lovers. Welcome back to Art by Shades, where we talk about loving yourself, stepping outside of body image roles, art, and how to turn your art into a business. Today's video is going to be about your getting started checklist. So we already discussed how you decide you're going to start your business. We talked about when is the right time to start and the things that you may need before you decide to start. Now, I want to give you a checklist of things that when you're initiating and making your business official, these are the things that you're going to need when you're getting started. So this first one is going to feel obvious, but my recommendation is having a business plan. Now, when I say having a business plan, when you first initiate your business, you can have some type of document that kind of says, hey, I want to start here. I want to build my business to this level in this amount of time. You can plot out all of these things, and they don't actually have to be something that's concrete, but you need to have some type of idea that is going to tell you where your milestones are and the things that you're trying to achieve. This can help in the beginning, especially when you haven't decided what you're going to kind of jump off and do for your business. This is going to help investors if you have to have a lot of capital coming in. This is going to help investors get an idea of how you're going to spend the money. Now, it's better to have something a little more concrete if you were to have investors, but these are the type of things that you want to keep in mind if you're going to be going that route. Now, this is all before your business name, all of these things. I say a business plan is best because that can also help you narrow down the things like the business name and all of those other key important things that is going to help you in your journey to becoming a full-fledged art business. So you can find a template for a business plan anywhere online. You can find them on Google, you can buy them from other people, but the idea is you want to have something a little more structured so that you can have the answers to the questions that are needed when you're initiating your business. Now, if you get a business plan and they list out a bunch of different things and you can't answer half of them, then it's probably not the time for you to start your business and you kind of need to go back to the drawing board. I say that to say you don't want to have some type of knockabout thing that says, yes, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and none of it makes sense. It would be beneficial that if you do answer a lot of these questions, you have somebody else with a slight business mind to read over the documents to question you so that you can say, hey, I also have the answers to the other questions that you're giving, or somebody that'll be honest with you and say, hey, none of this makes sense. It's not realistic. During this process, you also want to set down your goals. It doesn't matter how outlandish they are. Set down a set of goals that you want to achieve in certain timelines, but just make sure that they're realistic timelines. So even if you say you want to have $1 million company, you need to set a realistic timeline for that. Not saying that you won't reach that $1 million mark, but don't say you're going to make that $1 million within the first 5 months of your business if you don't have something that's going to actually put you there. You also need to have certain projections on how you think your business is going to go, who's going to buy it, and how you're planning to get capital for the first year or so of your business. You want to have these things ironed out so that you're not scrambling in the beginning to try to identify these things after everything is already initiated. And like I said, having a well flushed out business plan can help you find funding from sources that you may not even think of. It may be small companies that are giving out grants. It could be big companies that are giving out grants, or there could be lenders that are willing to lend to you even if you don't have the business credit yet, which is highly unlikely, but weirder things have happened. You want to have those opportunities, so you're going to have a business plan that reflects how serious you are about launching that business. I recommend, if you don't have a lot of these things down, or you feel like even if you did find a business plan online and it's still not as detailed enough for you, which I experienced the same thing, there's some programs that'll also help entrepreneurs starting out. They're kind of geared more towards African Americans or women, but it can't hurt to apply to them and see if you get in. One of the programs that I got into was the eCornell Bank of America Institute for Women's Entrepreneurship program. This is sponsored by Bank of America, and they basically kind of walk you through a lot of the initial stages of what you want to think about when you're starting your business, certain aspects that you need to kind of have nailed down when you're initiating your business. So it kind of gets you into the mindset of thinking how to structure a lot of the things that are going to be key fundamentals to having a business that's going to be successful. This program is usually like self-led. They're going to have week by week instructors are going to kind of get in touch with you electronically to kind of discuss the courses. I give you deadlines and everything to go through the courses, and they'll review some of your work. Every month or so, they're going to start a new part of the program, and I think the program is roughly like 3 or 4 months long. So it'll be an intensive program, but it's definitely worth it in getting you in the mindset for starting your business. And I'll leave the link below in the description so that you can access that if you're interested. The second program that I would recommend is the Bridge to Billions cohort. This one is sponsored by Visa. They also have a paid version, but either one, if you get it, it'll definitely turn the corner for your business. This program is very involved. They have the different cohorts, and you get to meet with other business owners that are roughly in the same stage as you, so everybody can identify with what you're going through. And these people will be from different walks of life, so they'll have a lot of knowledge that you may not have, and they'll probably have different experiences that you're able to learn from. And myself being an artist, it was very interesting because I've worked with people that were in cosmetology. They were building things, construction, all kind of different businesses. So it kind of gives you an idea that, hey, even though they're from different walks of life, they're still experiencing the same things as me. And there's something comforting in that you don't feel as lost or you don't feel as alone. What's also great about the program is that they offer a mentor for each person in the cohort. Usually you get 2 mentors and you get to match with them. You kind of interview them and they interview you to see if you're a good fit, and they go through, I think it's roughly about 4 months. They go through every different aspect of your business, trying to get you in the mindset of being able to get what you need together so that you can have a very solid business plan. And it helps to have somebody that's an expert in these different aspects of business, whether it's marketing, it's fundraising. It's a lot of different components that you would want to kind of narrow down somebody else to say, hey, can you give me information about this? And you'll never hear back, or you'll have generic information that doesn't necessarily apply directly to you. But you'll have 2 mentors that are dedicated to you and your business that can give you real life advice about your business, and that's extremely valuable. So whether you get it through the Visa program or you purchase it, it's an extremely valuable resource. And they kind of track you through before you start the program, during the program, and after the program. They track you to see how your success is plotted against time, to see if this was actually beneficial for you, if you executed a lot of the things that you learned in that program, and would you do it again or recommend other people. So that's another program that I'm going to list below in the description so that you can check it out and see if that's something for you. In the middle of this, I would like to ask that you like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content that I've produced in this video, and you want to see more of this type of content. Leave a comment below and let me know as well. Okay, thank you. So now that you have your business plan, the second thing would be to get your EIN number. Now, I recommend doing a lot of research. It's something extremely simple, but even when I was filling it out, it was something that I filled out in maybe less than 20 minutes, and I still did it incorrectly, and my accountant ended up having to go back and send a letter to correct my mistake. So I definitely think you need to do a lot of research to make sure that when you're filling it out, even though it's very simple, that you don't fill or check the boxes that don't actually apply to you. You need to understand what every aspect of it is about. So get your EIN number and make sure that if you're not filling it out yourself, get somebody that knows what they're doing. And if you are filling it out yourself, do your homework. Okay. Now, another thing I'm going to stress heavily is get a business account. Get a business account because you need to keep your expenses separate. If you are going to start your business and it's going to be a corporate entity, get a business account so that all of your transactions can be separated. You want them to feel like this is a real business. You don't want them to feel like, oh, this is something I'm doing in my part-time. And even if it is, you still want them to take it seriously. So get a business account. Now, I can do a separate video. Comment below and let me know if you would like me to do a separate video to give you ideas about what type of business, small business bank accounts that you should kind of look into. Because when I was setting up my first bank account, I was dealing with this one bank and they were giving me the runaround. It was months before they were like, oh, hey, we're going to give you an account now. And I'm like, well, you could have done that a long time ago. All of the information that I needed to give you was there. They kept dragging it out until when it was approved, I was like, you know what? I don't want it anymore. Just cancel my account. I'm not opening this account. And I did it with another bank. And by that evening, I was approved. I got my money in there. Zero problems. So if you want me to do another video about how to identify certain bank accounts that are friendly to small businesses, leave a comment below. The fourth thing that I'll mention for your checklist would be to have an LLC or some type of corporate entity. You want to protect yourself because, especially in America, this land is about suing people. You need to make sure that you are protected, that even if they decide to come after your business, your personal expenses are going to be protected. And this is why that business bank account comes in handy, because if you have a separate account and you treat your business as a separate entity, when you have your LLC or corporate business in place, this is a barrier to protect you so that you don't have to worry about somebody deciding, I want to go and ruin this person's life. Let me go and sue them and take everything that they've ever earned and, just leave them living under a bridge, No. So get yourself an LLC. It's going to be different from state to state. You can check out your state and see what the requirements are. In Florida, it took me roughly about a month or so to get mine done. I just made sure that I had all of my information together. Once you have all of that, it's good. Now, when you're getting your your LLC in my case, you want to make sure you have a registered agent, because if you're like myself who's doing your business out of your home, when you register your business, you do not want to put your personal address there because that is public record. You don't want any crazy people just showing up on your doorstep. So have a registered agent so that their address is what's registered, and you don't have to worry about somebody just randomly showing up on your doorstep. That's weird. So avoid that. And my fifth thing is, since we're along the lines of protecting yourself, make sure you get business insurance. I know us artists are like, hey, why would we need business insurance? Get it anyway. Protect yourself, because you never know what happens. You think of business insurance like, okay, maybe my house burned down and all of my merchandise is forfeit. It protects you from being out on the job and something happening. It protects you from, let's say you get injured and you can't paint or create. You're protected. If something happens to somebody while you have a show or something and they decide to sue you, you're protected. Make sure you get business insurance. If you want me to do a video on a few different business insurances that offer services to artists, real services, not like the big brand ones that want to give you this blanket thing that doesn't even actually apply to you, real services, leave a comment below and let me know if you'd like me to do a video comparing different services or companies that offer artists insurance. And that's all I have for you today, guys. That's the checklist for starting your business. If there's anything in this video that you would like me to go into more detail on, just drop a comment below. I am more than willing to do so. And if you like the content that I produce, give me a thumbs up, interact with this video some way, somehow. I appreciate the love, and I'll see you next time.